Hey guys, Ed Wilson for President, Paradise Earth Initiative System. Matthew 12, verse 49. Jesus said, "My mother and brother are those who do the will of the Father." I want to make it clear to the only begottens, Jesus, only begottens. Everyone will more than likely be against you. You will be the only ones out there speaking truth, speaking volumes of life, because you are the living word. And Jesus said, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." And that is why we seek out truth, we speak truth, and we spread truth. We expose evil, we cast out the demons. And sometimes it's just us separating from them, casting the demons out of our lives. Guys, they lied about some things. And there's going to come a time when we're going to have to engage. You don't have to allow them to murder you. You don't have to lay there and keep turning the other cheek. You don't have to keep doing that. A lot of that was arranged so that that's what you would do for the powers that be, so that they could continue to seize you, to besiege, to beguile, to fraud you, so that you would do nothing and just say, "Oh, vengeance is mine," said God. Well, remember this. The same ones that he has exposing the truth and everything else are the same ones that battle these evils. They don't want this message out, guys. It's your job to wage war against them. You're not supposed to go to church to worship. You're supposed to go to church to worship. Okay? Everything that we've been taught is a lie. They've made up things to keep you in their construct of lies. Another term for it is red tape, because that tape is red because of the blood that is spilled into keeping those lies into place. Why haven't you noticed, guys? It's the corporations that are really out there. I mean, honestly, yes, we all care about veterans and our children and the wars that are going on. But see, as long as you get this narrative to where you're like, to where they're heroes or they're doing some kind of honorable moral deed, there's no honorable moral deed behind any of this, guys. That's the big lie. That's the big joke that's been pulled on you. I'm just telling you the truth. You might not like the truth, but the truth is the truth. Jesus liked the truth. Jesus died so that you could know the truth. Christ is in you, in your Jesus form. Okay? And I know a lot of people will hear me say that, and they're going to go off into this rant. Well, they're in the king thing, your eyeballs go cross, and you all act all stupid. You don't even know what any of that is. You don't even know what you're talking about. All of this stuff was hidden from you a long time ago. And a lot of us with this color are getting blamed for it. It wasn't us, guys. It wasn't us. We were slaves to them. Okay? That's right. We were slaves to them. Jesus, he was there to wake us all up. He even discovered that. He said, "My message is not just for the Jews, it's for the Gentiles as well. It's for everyone, because he is the representation of everyone. He is the only begotten." So I get all these Hebrewites, which is like a Hittite, which is like a Hitlerite, okay, that come out, and then they'll say something, like, "Well, that was only for the melanated skin." Oh, the man's just like you saying, or a white guy saying it was only for the white people, or an Indian saying it was only for the Indians. You just like, you guys are trying to claim indigenous in the Americas, and actually some of you are indigenous to the Americas. But there's another history side to that, guys. So were the rest of us. A lot of us just were in hiding. And we got really, really good at it because we were being sought after. Because we were so prized for very, very dirty things. Not that we were doing that, what they wanted to do to us. It was kind of like having a trophy, okay? Kind of like all you big bad hunters going out there getting you a big old deer horns. You know what I mean? Getting you a lion head in a caged hunt. All big and bad with your gun, where you're sitting up in a tree and the defenseless animal can't see you or anything. How about you guys go out there with a pocket knife? And let me see you go out there and get you a lion. Go grab you an alligator, okay? You know, I don't mean to call y'all out, but yeah, I kind of mean to call y'all out because you're a joke. You go out there and murder something. Meanwhile, and I call it murder. Let me explain why it's murder. Let me explain why it's murder. So I can already hear you yahoos already. It's murder because you got money in your pocket, which means you had no reason to go out and kill anything, because killing is based upon need, okay? And if you go out and your family's hungry and you have no means, that means you've exhausted all the means. You have even asked other people and they've turned you away and says, no, I ain't got no extras or anything like that. Then you have every right to go out and keep your family fed. You can actually even steal, okay? You can actually even steal, all right? And it's not a criminal act because you were taking only what you need. But to go out and hunt and say, well, I'm doing this for charity, okay? It's a crock of crap. You are a crock of crap. Your church is a crock of crap. And guys like me are just calling it out. We're just calling you all out. I was going to say that's what Jesus would do. He'd call you all out. You know, that's why I went into the church. Everybody who goes into the synagogue of Satan, I was going to say, which was actually supposed to have been a house of worship and prayer. Okay? Where people go to get peace and basically gather together. You're supposed to talk about stuff that's going on in the community so everybody's aware of what's going on in the community, so that you guys can actually do something about what's going on in the community. That's what worship is about. No, it's not about going out and creating a boat and getting some flags with some skull and some bones. That's a whole different thing. And there was even a time, believe it or not, that they weren't even bad. That's right, guys. Yeah, there was a time they weren't even bad. But you don't know the truth about anything. Everything the United States teaches you is indoctrination, because the United States was overthrown, guys. That's why I keep telling you on the 4th of July, there was no independence in 1776. It did not happen. It was infiltrated by the Freemasons. The Freemasons had already overthrown England. So the colonies had no idea that any of that even happened. So everything that you're teaching your kids, even though I'm going to tell you right now, and I do enjoy me some Alex Jones, AlexJonesInfowars.com. I got a shout out to you. But that whole 1776 will commence. Sorry, guy. I'm sorry. It was infiltrated. It was sabotaged. So that's like, I don't even want to go there. Okay? It's like, I don't know, man. It's like poking an animal that's got so many holes in it. You know what I mean? It's terrible, you know? I get it, though. I mean, I get it. And, you know, I get it. I see what happened. That's why Jesus, when he was on the cross, that's why when they, you know, that's why he was on the cross, he said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. But how long are we supposed to forgive you? You forgive and forget, okay? Well, it's about to stop. It's about the end, guys. I was going to say, oh, who knows? They may end me. And if they do, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't want to die. I don't want to see my family enslaved by this mess. I don't want any of these, honestly, I don't want any of these white agendas. I don't want any of your Hebrew agendas. I don't want any of your Israel agendas. I don't want any of your Freemasonic agendas. You guys are all frauds. I don't want any of your India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, hoop-doppa-doppas, whippa-jippa-gibbas, hoopa-doobies. I don't want any of it. You guys are all frauds, okay? I just want the only begottens to stand up and say, you know, that's why I came up with the idea for the Paradise Earth Initiative. It's an opportunity for all of us. We're all humbled at this state. We've all been humbled now. There's your common ground, Jesse Jackson, Al Not So Sharpton, all of you guys, Louis Farrakhan, okay, as in a con, okay. You know the guys behind you are a bunch of frauds and they prop you up because you're out there always with that racial shit. You know what I mean? Guys like me, we just call you. I've been calling you out for so long under so many different names and things of that nature. It's not even funny. The other day, I'm sitting there, yesterday actually, I went on a Zoom. There was a guy sitting there talking about, you know, financial freedom and stability and how he's going to teach everybody this, that, and the other. And, you know, once again, man, I'm not racist. I don't care, man, about any of that kind of stuff. I understand all of it. And so here I am, I'm watching it. All of a sudden, I'm sitting there, and, you know, and I left very quickly after this. But I go on the site. And the first thing the guy says, and because I noticed it was a bunch of black people on there, and I don't care, guys. I don't care about any of that. I was really listening. I was really intently listening, and to see what the guy had to say. And the first thing I hear is, "Beware of that tree, guys. Beware of that tree." Well, guess what, guys? See my hat? It says "Real Tree." That was him making a cut toward me. Okay. You see what I'm saying? I'm just showing you guys. I'm just showing you what you are. I'm just showing you that you're a fraud. All right? So when people are fighting against what you call freedom, that's why they're called freedom fighters, okay? They're actually fighting because they don't want your slave systems in their country. They've already got enough evil people that are part of the International Freemason Syndicate, okay? So look, guys, have yourself a good day. It's time you wake up. And if you don't want to wake up, well, make sure you go get those shots. Make sure you get the boosters. Make sure you get all of it, okay? Because, guys, we don't want you around anyway. You know what I mean? So just, you know, get out of here. Have a good day.